Hey FlossTube, it's Apple from hoosierapple xstitch, back for a stitchy update, number 31 I believe. It's been a little over a year since my last update, and so much has happened in the past year. I think at my last one I mentioned my husband and I bought a house, and in December, right after Thanksgiving, we moved and now live in beautiful Middle Tennessee. It is just a gorgeous day here, and we are loving living in Tennessee. Let's see what else is new. Well, I had a lot of HAIDs and various cross-stitch projects that were, well, they didn't survive the move. The movers we chose didn't do a stellar job. And long story short, the moving truck was left out in rainstorms along the way. There was a leak in the truck and most of our belongings got wet. So we had a lot of mildewed, molded items, whether it be clothing, towels, small electronics, things were also broken. They did try to repack some of these items, but they got them mixed up with someone else's. So we got things that were not ours and stuff that were ours. I don't know who they went to, and probably never will. But I mean, that's kind of how life works sometimes. Sometimes it throws you curveballs. It's how you catch the curveballs is what matters. So we've spent the last 10 months kind of getting settled in and replacing a lot of the items that we had to. But will we do the move again? Absolutely. Absolutely, because we love it here. So anyways, you came for a stitchy update. So I'm going to do a little WIP Parade here with cross-stitch things that survived and a few new things. So mostly actually the cross-stitch that didn't survive were the HAIDs, which broke my heart, but it gave me an opportunity to start some new HAIDs. And at some point, maybe I'll restart those. So let's start out with, this is a new one that I started. It is artwork by Amy Stewart, General Store. Max colors. And let's see here. Oh, let me just move my bag over here out of the way. This is going to be huge to try to hold up. I apologize in advance. It may not all fit. I started doing the corner in the colors, and then I decided, you know, I think I'm going to try to color complete this one. Do like all the black first, because what I did was I started going around the edges, and I'm going to work my way in, and I think that's going to be my tactic this time. I've never done this with a HAID. So let's see if I can get this in here. So I'm just going to kind of, oh, can you see it all? Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. There we go. As you can see, I have a very long way to go, but that's okay. You know, for me, it's not as much about the completion as enjoying the stitch. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to complete things too, but I do love the actual stitch. Up next is another new HAID that I started, Jane Pugston. It's mini Jane Pugston. Artwork by Omar Rayan. Rayan. Look how cute she is. My sister used to have a pug that I absolutely adored. And so this is just kind of, I got it because I used to love little Lily. Anyways, I have a very small start on this. This is it. This is all I have. But this is more stitches than I had before I started her. Progress is progress. It doesn't matter how little the progress is. Progress is progress. Alrighty. The one HAID that survived the move is a tiny one. It is Mini Sasquatch, artwork by David Barthelet. Now I have gotten a little work on this done here. And this one I have done on, what did I do it on? The others were the Easy Grid. This one is done on 18 count color and cotton Salt Rock. And oh, let me get the thread out of the way. And the needle just came out. Oh, I pinned it to my shirt. This is what's done. I'm a mess, I apologize. This is what it's done so far. I love this one. I'm actually going to get it framed and put it in one of our guest bedrooms, because we kind of have a mountain Sasquatch theme going on up there. Up next, let's see what I have. I have Long Dog Sampler, the Templar Prophecy on 32 count Silver Moon Belfast. And you know what? I haven't had this thing out in forever, so I do not know how much is done. Oh, I don't have a lot done. This is what I have done. Oh my goodness. And that's a fun stitch. And I'm doing it all in one color. I don't know what the color name is, but it's a Sulky 4084. Well, here, let's see it that way. And I think it's going to be beautiful. Up next, I have one that I'm doing for my oldest brother. It's called American Flag. And he was in the Navy, so this is just kind of, this is for him. And I'm doing it on Primitive Hairs 30 count linen in Constitution. And this is what will look like. And then underneath it, I'm actually going to add in the dates he served, the dates his daughter, which is my niece, served, and the dates that his father served. Let's see if I can get this open. And this is where I'm at on this so far. I have not worked on it since the move. However, I really kind of need to get on this. I need to get on this. He just retired in July, so I'm very excited for him. Up next, I have Smog. Actually, it's Smog Homes. It's a combination of Smog from Hobbit and Sherlock Holmes. And it is by Cute Patterns by Maria. And let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. It's going to be gorgeous. This, a highlighter. But it looks cute. It kind of looks like the sun going down or sun coming up, however you want to look at it. We'll see. The stitches may end up covering that. And this is done on, I have my list here, 28 count Lugana in Monster Mash. Alrighty. I apologize. I'm not as organized as a lot of people are. I need to make more room here. My next one is one I've been working on for so long. I think Sammy J. Stitches was the first person I saw working on this one. It is by Soda Stitch. It is called the World's Postage Stamp. And I'm doing this on 28 count Summer Sky. It's mystery fabric. I'm not sure what the brand is. I got it at StitchCon in 2019. And I've not worked on it since I've moved, but I've got quite a bit of progress on this. That's one of my favorites to work on. And then this is probably my oldest WIP. It is Ink Circles 99. Stitch in May was the first person that I ever saw work on this one. And it's on, let's see, what is it on? Oh, I have it here. 16 count Picture This Plus in Ale, which was the called for fabric. This is what it looks like. And where it is. I'm just on row 3 out of 11. No, out of 9. But it's progress. Ozzy. I think he sees the bunny. There's one outside that he loves to chase. Coming up next is one that I've been working on for a while. It's called Pasture. It's a Reolus kit, so the fabric in it is from kit. And I haven't worked on this one since the move either. Let's see. And that's a nice one to work on. So I haven't mentioned this, which is one of the reasons I've not been stitching a lot either. I am in a mobilizing brace. We'll be having surgery coming up soon. But I found a workaround in which I finally, a couple weeks ago, got a Lowry floor stand, which is fantastic. The blessing it is, I can't even describe. It holds the Q-snap. It holds the hoop. I 100% I'm loving it. Loving it. So, I'm an advocate for the Lowry stand now, absolutely. If you need a little assistance holding, or even if you don't, Lowry stand or something similar, definitely the way to go. Up next, I have very tiny start. And I know I've showed you this one before, I believe. It's the letter M Fairy by Nora Corbett. And I'm doing it on the called for the Weechelt Water Lily. Isn't it cute? And this will be for, let's see here. This will be for a niece that I had born in 2021. Very tiny start. But she's still a little wee thing now, so it's okay. She won't know if she gets it late or not. The next one I have is, what do I have? Oh, it's Sunflower Gnome by Cute Broidery. And it's on 32 count Stormy Night Belfast linen. And it's adorable. Look at this. I'm not very far, but look how cute. And let me see here. Do I have a picture of it? It may not have a photo. There's not a photo because there was no cover photo. All there was a picture of a stitched one. That's what it was. So I'm going to flash really, really quickly what it's going to look like. Are you ready? So that's Sunflower Gnome, and I love sunflowers, so I think that'll be adorable. Up next I have, what do I have? Cloud's Factory, Henry VIII and His Wives. And we all know how much I love Tudor. Anything Tudor, Henry VIII. And this is what we'll look like. And I have done this on Color and Cotton's 28 count Lugana Succulent. And I have done a little bit of work on this one. Let me just move my needle minder. And this is where it's at right now. I was so sad Queen Elizabeth died. But she had a very long and wonderful life, and that's what should be celebrated. Up next, I have, actually I started this one earlier this year on Valentine's Day. It's called Be Mine by Le Pont de Croix. Look how cute. Isn't that adorable? And I'm doing this on Color and Cotton's Blush, which I thought was perfect. I don't have a lot. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is the way she goes. this? That's a little bit of her dress. I feel like the next time I pick it up is probably going to be close to Valentine's Day again. Let me just put this in here. Make her a little bit less cleanup. Up next we have my only Halloween piece. I did sign up for Stitchonomy's Cabinet of Curiosities, and I've gotten all the pieces. I just haven't done work on it as of yet. This one's a very small start that I have on this. It's Glennon Place, Bantam Plantation. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. And I'm doing on 28 count Lugana, Under the Sea Lugana, called Avalon. And this is what I have. This. Not much. But it's a start. And that's really all you need is a good start, right? Oh my goodness, my pile. Up next is the salve that Gary on Toten Bag started a couple years ago. It started with the Autumn Quakers, and I got way behind, and I'm still on Winter Quakers. Can you believe this? Oh my goodness, I don't even think I don't have a cover photo of it. If I can find one, I'll insert it one of these places. Because I just photocopy the page in the book that I'm working on. Oh, and it's wrinkly. I'm sorry. And here it is. And it's the called for. It is 28 count Lugana on Dwarf. And that's a fun one. And I think from here on out are all either winter or Christmas. This is another style I might have gotten behind on. Oh my goodness. It's Snow Village. And I don't know if there's actually, oh, here it is. Oh. Here's the cover page I have. It's 11 parts. And it's quite a fun stitch. Unfortunately, I don't have like the full page of what it's going to look like. And this one was on, hang on, I can tell you. 16 count French Country Rain, which I believe was the called for. And here's where I'm at so far. I've almost got the middle row done. And now I just have the top 4 and the bottom 4. I feel like this is going to get quite a bit of stitchy time with winter coming up. Probably right after Halloween I'll start on that one. Next, I have Cottage Garden Samplings, Merry Christmas. And it's on 32 count, Picture This Plus in Mercedes. And I gotta get this out here for you. Holy cannoli. All right, let me show you the cover picture. Oh my goodness. It's what happens when one thumb's not working. This is the cover. Oops. That's the cover. And this is where I'm at right now. I gotta start on the snowman. Look how cute he is. Hey now, Ozzy. Sorry. Ozzy. That's enough. I think he thinks he sees someone outside. No telling. This next one is Christmas Eve Sampler. It is a Joan Elliott. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. But absolutely beautiful. And this is being done on 28 count Lugana by Pole Stitches, Daybreak. And so this is it. I have the framework done. But that's fine, because that just means I have to fill in, I just have to fill in the inside of it, right? I just have to do all the middle filling. That's okay. I can do that. And I have one more to show you, and that will be it. Let's see. I don't remember what it is. Ah, it's Red Christmas. Jardin Purvey. And I love Jardin Purvey patterns. I really do. And I have chosen to do the green version. And let's see, what have I done this on? Oh my goodness. Oh, here it is. 32 count Belfast linen in cream. And so I did get a great start on this. I got the border done. I don't know, can you see? I'm not sure why, but this particular stitch, I have absolutely loved every moment of this stitch. And I know that this one will be getting some great stitchy time coming up soon. And believe it or not, that's all of my, that's all my whips. I did do some ornaments. I didn't fully finish them, I just stitched them. But honestly, I don't know where they're at. They're here somewhere. Maybe I'll find them for my next FlossTube. We'll see. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's about it for my update. I am glad to be back at FlossTube, on FlossTube. Hopefully I will do more frequent ones as I stitch a little bit more. My stitchy time is going to be very slow until my hand is all sorted out, but I'm still stitching. And I'm extremely thankful that I can still stitch. So anyways, I think that's all for now, and I will catch you on the next go round.